Before you pack another perfect kids' lunch, find out why these recently exposed expert-approved meals could be totally missing the mark. In this video, I'll explain why the traditional approach of portion control can backfire with your kids and how it might actually lead them to an unhealthy relationship with their food. But don't fear, there are better ways to help them make the right choices through developing the skills to choose nutritious foods on their own terms. If this is the first time you've seen me or clicked on one of my videos, I'm Dr. Ashley, a weight loss expert and the founder of PhD Weight Loss, where we've helped over 7,200 people drop over 260,000 pounds across the US. My goal is to help you get the science-backed information you need to actually drop the weight, keep it off, and live the best life possible. Remember to subscribe to my channel, give this video a thumbs up, and hit that notification bell so you never miss a new video. All right, let's dive into the headline.
So let's start with just the basics of what makes a healthy school lunch.
Anything that your kids are gonna eat. You want it to be a healthy component of fruits, vegetables, grains, protein, and fat. So just a balance of foods.
I think there's a lot of healthy misconceptions, especially with the way things are labeled. Some of those, these companies trying to trick you into thinking something's healthy, right?
Yeah, really it is. All foods are good foods, so you want kids to have balance. As a busy parent, I pulled a lot of things that are like easy to grab and go.
Prepackaged.
Yes, so kids can actually make their own lunches.
Okay.
Pringles.
My kids come with me to the grocery store. They pick out things that they want to eat.
Yeah.
I have like dark chocolate peanut butter.
I've never seen, I've seen Nutella, but this is different.
It's not as sweet. It doesn't have as much sugar.
Dark
and my
chocolate
kids
dreams.
Love it.
At the store, they say, Mom, I want this. What do you say no to? Is there anything?
Actually say no to anything.
Really?
Correct.
And what's the psychology behind that?
Portion control.
Okay.
So they can have whatever they want, but in the right portions. Honestly, probably a super sugary cereal, but I wouldn't. Their favorite cereal is Cinnamon Toast Crunch, so.
Yeah.
That's not high sugar.
So they know how to plate things. They can plate their own chips. They eat everything.
Wow, there's a lot to unpack here. I would argue that not all foods belong in a healthy diet. There are foods that nourish the body, and there are those that just don't. It's not just okay. I'd say it's essential to say no to our kids sometimes, to set boundaries. And you know what? It's okay to say no to yourself as well. I look at saying no as a form of self-respect. Saying yes to foods that don't love you back is like staying in a dysfunctional relationship. It can be hard to get out of for sure, but it's necessary. You know, if we don't say no, how do we teach our children to nourish their bodies and make healthy decisions? Especially in this obesogenic environment filled with addictive-laden foods that override our body's natural signals. We don't give our kids what they love. We give them what they need because we love them. I've been listening to a parenting doctor, Dr. Becky. I don't know if you've listened to her work, but it's really great. And she wrote a book, Good Inside. And she says that the main objective of parenting, our main goal as parents, is to keep our kids safe. And I would say that saying no to our kids is one way that we keep our kids safe. I also want to talk about the concept of everything in moderation. I hate that phrase. It sounds reasonable, but in practice it just doesn't work for most of us, especially when we're dealing with these highly palatable, highly addictive foods. Take something like Cinnamon Toast Crunch, which by the way is a really high sugar food, unlike what this dietitian said. But these kinds of foods are engineered to override our natural satiety signals, the body's way of telling us when we've had enough. Let me give you an example. In a study, rats were given their usual chow and they ate it until they were full and maintained a healthy weight. But when they were given cheesecake, a hyper palatable, I would say highly addictive food, they did not stop eating. Their natural satiety signals were completely overridden and they kept eating even in the face of danger. Their instincts to stop and survive were suppressed by the overwhelming appeal of the cheesecake. Now, maybe it would be okay to say to our kids or to ourselves that we could eat whatever we want if we were sticking to an ancestral diet. But in today's world, these foods are addictive and extremely difficult, I would say impossible, to consume in moderation for a lot of us. Also, The foods highlighted in this video as healthy just aren't. Like, take Cinnamon Toast Crunch, for example. It's essentially sugar in a bowl. 1 cup contains 8 teaspoons of sugar and only 2 grams of protein. That's nowhere near the 30 grams of protein we should be aiming for, and even for smaller bodies like our kids and grandkids, 2 grams of protein is nothing. Cereal in general just isn't a good breakfast. It's something we should all say no to. Instead, we should focus on real nourishing foods like eggs, full-fat plain Greek yogurt with berries, a smoothie with a protein base, or even leftovers from dinner. The foods shown in this video aren't real foods. They're food substances wrapped in plastic. I covered this topic in more detail in a longer episode about food labels that you definitely want to check out, because there are a lot of hidden lies in food marketing that you can uncover by understanding how to read a label. For example, if sugar is one of the first 3 ingredients, just don't eat it. If there are more than 5 or 6 ingredients, don't buy it. If we followed these rules, 95% of the foods on this dietitian's table would have ended up in the trash. If we want to be healthy, if we want to live long, fulfilling lives, we need to start by fueling our bodies, these incredible vehicles through which we experience all of life, with food that truly nourishes them. And that means saying no to foods, or rather food substances, that simply don't fit. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. And if you want to see more content like this, make sure to subscribe. See you next time.